Welcome to a special edition of Ballaholics, the show for those who simply can't get enough about football. We're in the dorm, we're doing the storm style.
Yeah.
Shout out to Andrew for filming here. The studio's closed.
What up?
Apparently Sauce didn't get the memo, he's in his formal clothes.
Oh my god,
It's
he told
okay.
me 5 minutes before, but...
And obviously, first show for Rob.
Let's go, guys. Name's Rob.
Patriots fan. Patriots
Sorry.
fan. But we still like him, you know. But
I like to win.
Bandwagon.
Sorry.
All right, so Sauce. We gotta look at these games. You know, the championship games, AFC, NFC. Let's start. I know you're a Saints fan, bro. You must have been devastated.
Yeah.
What were your reactions to the Saints
on
game?
Suicide Watch. It's been really bad. So I mean, obviously, that everyone's thinking about is a penalty that happened. The offensive or the defensive pass interference
Should have been called.
Should have been called.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, I think that's not even a debate. I think people realize that it should have been called. But now the debate is, did the Saints deserve to lose because they had a chance in OT,
Right?
And they had a chance after the point.
I mean, all right. So we talk about that, right? The Saints were probably the best team all season. As a Patriots fan, I'm happy we're not playing them in the Super Bowl. I think that would have been a much tougher matchup.
I think they would
Drew
have been
Brees is an all-time great Hall of Famer. Already yanked in my
Not
opinion.
gonna say
but
I gotta
that
say
team with Kamara, with him, with
Ingram,
Michael Thomas, they should have still won that game.
And they had a good defense.
All right,
too.
okay, but they had 2 timeouts. Why did they burn a play before the 2:01 mark?
That was a bad play because they missed the play and then it just stopped.
All right, so I understand pass interference should have been called, but at that point they were still very close to the end zone. They had 3 more plays to run the ball and waste some time. Instead, they give the Rams the ball back with almost 2 minutes. Got to credit Zerlin for the win on that. 57-yarder. That was an OT. We're before that, right?
And he had like
this is when the game is tied at 20. This is when the game's tied at 20. The Saints are about to kick a go-ahead field goal, and it's just not enough.
Yeah.
At that point, you're in the red zone. You're tied. I know they missed the pass interference, but the refs missed 3 calls on the Saints.
Yeah.
There was the face mask. There was the Goff stomp. I think that was the 3rd pass. Pass interference should be able to be reviewed. I agree.
I think it's more of the ruling at that point, you know? Like, they should be able to review it and then say, oh, we messed up. Let's, do that again. You know, let's call a penalty.
The ruling on the field is that
he literally charged into him.
One of the refs said that the ball was tipped. Yeah. And he went up to the defender, the cornerback for the Rams, and he was like, yo, the ball was tipped. That's why it wasn't a pass interference. The defender even said, I just wasn't going to let him score a touchdown. He thought it was pass interference. So,
it's hard, because post-game he was like, I
when he admits it should have been a foul, I mean, clearly there's got to be a problem.
Because if it was like 50-50, he wouldn't admit it, you know?
I don't know. It's a tough situation because if you start reviewing pass interference,
you don't want to stop the...
Then every single pass, a defender gets hit by like this in slow motion, that looks like pass interference.
Yeah.
So...
I say the last 2 minutes. The last 2 minutes of the 4th quarter, and let me just start.
That was crunch time.
Listen, it was a devastating call because whenever you have the chance to go to the Super Bowl, that call really determined
2 years in a row. That's a miracle.
It's also Drew Brees is 40 years old. Yeah. How much more opportunity? How much more does he have? Can he do this next year? But
maybe
you look at
1 or 2 more years.
You look at his overall performance, and you see he didn't play his best game.
He didn't.
In the season he had a 74% completion rate. In this game he had only a 65% completion rate. And
he missed a really key throw where if he hit it, they would have had that go-ahead field goal to run out the clock.
It's hard to say because you're saying does he have a couple more years? But they still were the #1 seed this season.
They were
most of the season. They were the best team in the league. Most of the season, everyone's saying watch out for the Saints.
Yeah.
I know the Rams and the Chiefs were historic in terms of their offense, in terms of that game against each other. But the Saints were the team to beat
because they're more balanced.
And I think they got unlucky. Yeah. I think their first game at home was against the Eagles, who were very resilient with Nick Foles at quarterback. They struggled in that game versus the Eagles. They pulled it out.
They were a really good team.
They were not a number 60. They were the defending champions of the league. That was a tough game for them. After that, they had to take on the 2nd-seeded Rams. I think it caught up to them.
I don't know. I was watching.
They were still the better team.
Listen, I was watching, the Saints, and they were looking good all year. But then they played the Dallas Cowboys, and I feel like at that very moment, I don't know if that was the game, but it threw Drew Brees off his rhythm. I feel like.
Not gonna lie, the offense after that, they scored 6 points that game or 9 points that game. It was 9-6 or something like that. The offense after that was really bad compared to how it was in the beginning of the season. Regularly under 25 points, it was 24 points, 20 points, 17 points. They were winning through their defense mostly. And the defense did a good job. I mean, to hold the Rams to 23 points is good.
You're right. So, as much as the Saints really had that call, they were in the end zone. Yes, they could have made it. Truth is, what happened? Sean McVay is turning 33 years old. He's the youngest head coach in the league. He has a 23-year-old Jared Goff playing quarterback.
Young kid.
The quarterbacks in postseason right now, and all the quarterbacks in the league, the number 1 is 79.8 graded. Number 2 is 78.1. The third is Jared Goff at 77.8.
Wow,
this is from Pro Football Focus on Twitter. If you want to go look at that stat.
Yes.
Guess who's number 1 though? Tom Brady.
Oh,
So we've got number 1 Tom Brady against number 3 Jared Goff. Number 2 is Andrew Luck. I don't even know where Drew Brees is on that list.
Wow.
So Drew Brees played two games in the playoffs. Neither of them were spectacular.
Yeah, he could,
as much as that Saints team was very good. I mean, defense. Cameron Jordan is an animal.
Oh my God, yeah.
Animal. That guy is incredible.
And Lattimore too. He had 2 huge interceptions in the Eagles game. You know, like,
you're right. Those were big interceptions. I mean,
I'm kind of. I don't want to say I'm disappointed because
no, if you're a Saints fan, you walk away disappointed. They were a play away from the Super Bowl.
But listen. People look, Saints fans, you obviously have a right to be angry, but you guys could have won that game after. I mean, let's not forget how you guys lost that game. Drew Brees threw an interception. There were calls that were
it was a tipped interception. Those are tough to lose on.
That's true.
That's a quarter toss. You know, they won the OT quarter flip, and then they lost the.
They got lucky to even get the flip, the coin flop, and then after that they got an interception. But I think something that goes under the radar is that before the Rams got the ball back, the Saints missed a field goal. When they had the pass interference, they still missed a field goal that would have put them up ahead.
That was early in the game. No, they would have been up by 6. They were up by 3.
Are you sure?
Yeah, at one point in the game, yeah. But I mean, the Rams came back from 13 points down. They really worked hard. They were the better team in the second half of the game. I mean, 57-yarder by Zerlin. He missed most of the season. They had a backup kicker, the Rams. I had Zerlin on my bench in fantasy. And he comes in and he nails his 57-yarder in New Orleans. That place was going crazy. They are hard teams to play.
Away.
He didn't pull a Mark Parkey. I really was thinking of Matt Parkey in the Patriots game.
Oh my God, if they did Cody Parkey, that would be...
Cody Parkey, thank you.
Yeah, it's all good.
But
that would have been awesome.
But his kick was tipped too. You know, people say his kick was...
I mean, okay, I don't blame Parkey because if you hit the post twice, the chances of that, it's so insanely small. If you hit the post as a kicker, you didn't miss. You got screwed. The likelihood of you hitting the bar is so low.
Whatever.
But I mean, hey, it takes a lot of things to go right to go to a Super Bowl, and the Rams did it this year. So it's the first time since 2001. One of the funniest stats, I think, is the last time the Rams were in the Super Bowl against the Patriots, 2001, greatest show on turf. Sean McVay was a high school sophomore playing quarterback.
That's insane.
Wow.
Tom Brady won his first Super Bowl when the coach he's about to play against was a high school sophomore. I mean, come on.
That's about the longevity.
There's something beautiful about the longevity because the Patriots, they started their dynasty against the Rams, and a lot of people are talking about it being over, which I think is everyone's problem. We're finally going to get to the Patriots at some point, but
we'll get there soon.
Don't doubt them.
Don't
doubt them, and there's something beautiful that's going to be going on in this game. I mean, the over-under for all of you bettors at home is 58 points. Woo! It's the highest over-under in any Super Bowl.
This was Super Bowl, yeah.
Any Super Bowl is the highest over-under going into a game. I mean, last year it was 41-33.
That's a
fair. So it was a 74-point Super Bowl, and Brady threw 500 yards in a loss. I mean, this year, we'll see what's going on. We have two high-powered offenses.
Yeah.
Like you said, the biggest thing, the Rams' defense. The Rams' defense is the one thing I will say they have an advantage over the Patriots. As good as the Patriots' defense has been, Aaron Donald, Ndamukong Suh, those players are coming after Brady. Exactly. Brady has not been sacked in the postseason yet.
Yeah, his
if the Rams get to Brady,
amazing.
That's gonna be trouble for New England.
I mean, I agree. Wait, you look at what happened in the Rams and Saints game, and you see the Rams did a really good job against the Saints.
Pressure.
They stopped the run game with Ingram and Kamara, and then you look at Michael Thomas. Yeah. Michael Thomas against the Eagles he torched them. He had 171 yards.
You're right.
And now in this game, he only had against the Rams. He only had 36 yards.
I mean, Akeem Talib is a veteran quarterback that the Rams picked up very cheep. They have
people forget that.
Marcus Peters. Marcus Peters is on the Rams. The Rams have a really good defense. I mean, you look at their names. If you're playing Madden 13, you wouldn't believe the team.
That's like an all-pro lineup right there. I agree. Yeah.
The Rams are going to be trouble on defense. I mean, they've been great, but the whole thing is Sean McVay is an offensive coach. That's his selling point. He's this young offensive mind. So
it might end up being a shootout.
Everyone says the Eagles' defense was great last year. They were 13-3 in the season, and Brady, put up 500 yards. So I don't doubt Brady against anyone's defense.
Me neither.
He just put up 37 points in Arrowhead. That wasn't. Although the Chiefs' defense is a little worse than the Rams.
To be fair, it is
so.
pretty bad.
Hey, who would have thought we'd be here? Mahomes with 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns.
deserves-
Youngest player to ever do both.
Yeah.
I think he does deserve MVP.
He can say it for
the
me.
playoff doesn't matter, though. Playoffs don't matter.
That's true, too.
He had a good game.
But his regular season, 5,000 yards,
Right.
50 touchdowns. That's
man.
ridiculous.
We're gonna move on to the Chiefs Patriots in a little bit. But I just want to ask you guys a question because I don't know if you guys see, but there's an online petition now from Saints fans to try and call a rematch between the Saints and the Rams. What do you guys think about this realistically?
Yes.
Obviously you're a fan, but like realistically.
Okay, realistically,
unbiased, it's
it'll never happen. It cannot happen. It wouldn't make any sense to everyone in the world.
Cancel the Pro Bowl.
I would love, cancel the Pro Bowl. We'll get another game in. I would really love to see a rematch because I think it'd be a great game.
But the ratings.
Okay, let's be real. When everyone in 2014, I think it was, the Patriots beat the Colts 45-7, and the whole Deflategate comes out.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying, all right, let's call a rematch.
Yeah.
They won that game 45-7. That wasn't even close.
Dope.
This one, I will actually say, is a close encounter. That match really could have been decided on a coin flip, on a call.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You can't.
45-7.
Come on, you can't make them play again. They played. It's over. It can't happen.
The money, the revenue.
You sure the money? All right, but you're saying like, remember when LeBron came back from 3-1? And he beat the Golden State Warriors? What if Golden State was like, nah, that foul shouldn't have counted. We want a rematch of Game 7.
But there was no controversial foul. That was the difference.
There was a couple controversial. There was a couple. In the NBA Finals, there's controversial plays every single game.
There is, but there was no huge one controversial
I mean, all right,
play.
I know we're not going to get too much on NBA, but I don't know if you guys did see the Jazz and... Who did they play last? The Jazz and the Nuggets. They were getting feisty, man. First quarter, Miles Plumlee and Derek Favors went at it. Both of them got ejected for fighting.
Wow.
I think, unfortunately, Jokic is going to get a suspension because he kind of came on the bottom of the court. Yeah, he was, and you're not allowed to leave your bench area at all. So I think Jokic is going to get a game suspension. Unfortunately, that's what the commentators are saying. Jokic he's an animal. You guys, if you haven't seen the highlights, you should go see that fight. I mean, Derek Favors kind of just pushed Miles Plumlee, and Miles Plumlee was like, "What the fuck did you just do?"
Plumlee always has beef with everyone.
Now look.
Yeah, he does.
Now look, we're going to be a second later, but like to get back to that the online petition. I just feel like it sets a really dangerous precedent, because like then you get that you
can't just replay games.
It's like I'm a Knicks fan, and like that Knicks Pacers series 2013. I feel like Roy Hibbert foul Tyson Chandler.
Yeah.
So you can, but the thing is, you can always do that. So it's not really realistic. Would it be awesome to see?
Yeah.
Screw it. Like, let's see it.
All right, but at that point, you know what I'd want to see? I'd want to see a Rams-Chiefs rematch because that game was incredible.
I think that's what the NFL wanted.
No, all right. I will say.
LA team.
So once LA makes it, the fact that they did go to the LA, that they switched from St. Louis to LA, that's big. And they came back within a couple years. They did great. What their franchise has done in the past 4 or 5 seasons, incredible.
Dude,
but when they made it, I bet most people wanted to see Mahomes versus Goff. These young guns going for it.
I don't blame them.
But now the story is you still got Brady and Belichick.
Old guard versus new guard.
Still here, old guard versus new guard.
That's cool.
I mean, it's a cool concept. And like I said, Brady's first Super Bowl came against the Rams.
Yeah.
There is some sort of like, this is interesting. St. Louis Rams, they were the greatest show on turf. They had Kurt Warner, and now they're a new LA team. They have a hot new coach. They have a hot young quarterback. They're playing well. They made the Super Bowl 3 seasons. Is this Goff's second season?
I think it's third.
I think he was a rookie for a year, but he didn't play, right?
Yeah.
He hopped on as a second. This is his 3rd season. I mean,
it's also crazy how good they are.
My thing is like it's crazy because like Jared Goff was drafted before Carson Wentz, and like the past seasons we're talking about how do you draft Goff before Wentz, but now we're seeing the benefits. Honestly, for me, for the Super Bowl, I either want to see a rematch of the Rams and the Chiefs, and see Mahomes and Jared Goff, or the Saints and the Patriots and see
an old guy versus old guy would have been pretty cool. I think it's interesting though that we got one of each. It makes the most sense because now we're seeing both sides. If it would have been Drew Brees, and then Mahomes could have came out, and then it's like who's gonna who's gonna win this gunslinger, but
Brees and Brady get compared a lot though as like GOAT level QBs. So
it's Sam, you mentioned earlier you thought CJ Anderson played fine. I thought he did, but Todd Gurley being out is huge. If Todd Gurley's not playing for the Rams, or if he's just not A caliber Todd Gurley, they're losing an MVP running, caliber player. If he has a full healthy season, Todd Gurley could be an MVP as a running back.
Oh,
the last one who's done that is what, Adrian Peterson?
Yeah.
And maybe Zeke deserved it a couple seasons ago, but
and that was borderline.
All right, let's look back, because we looked at the Rams and Saints game. Let's look at the Patriots and the Chiefs game. Mr. Patriots fan, who do you credit most in particular for this win?
I mean, come on, when you're a Pats fan right now, there are still here. They're still striving. I credit every single person in the media who was writing about the Patriots losing this year. I think everyone who said it's their year, it's finally going to end. Tom Brady's going to be finished. We're going to have a retirement party. Bill Belichick is nothing. They lost to the Dolphins, the Lions. They were garbage. Tough game to the Steelers, but Steelers didn't even make the playoffs. First year in decades.
They didn't deserve it.
5 losses. 5 losses
That's crazy.
that they've had in the season. Not a single team that beat them made the playoffs. Every team that beats the Patriots, they need everything they've got to beat the Patriots.
That's ridiculous.
Tom Brady is on a warpath right now.
Oh my God.
After he wins the first game against the Chargers, he goes, you know what? I know everyone thinks we suck and can't win any games, with a smile on his face.
Yeah.
Julian Edelman, right before Tom Brady takes the overtime snap to lead the Patriots on the field, is yelling at him that he's too old. Julian Edelman is yelling at him.
That was hype.
Julian Edelman is screaming at him.
Yeah.
Tom Brady wants revenge. Tom Brady has 5 Super Bowl rings. He has a full hand.
And he's still hungry.
It's not even about hunger anymore. It's not even he wants more rings. He has it. He's the greatest of all time. He's now just proving everyone wrong. He's saying, hey, you think I'm too old to keep playing? Come and get me. He is now going to break his own record for the oldest Super Bowl starting quarterback. He has the most postseason wins of anybody 40 age plus.
Yeah.
See, his statistics are absurd. This is about to be his 9th Super Bowl in 18 years in the league.
That's ridiculous.
He was hurt first season, so it's 19 seasons, but he's played 18. I can't just say Brady's alone for this because Bill Belichick, his game plan was they stunted the Chiefs almost 0 points in the first half. Yeah, they had a huge long touchdown drive, but that first half set up how they won that game. Yes, at some point the Chiefs were going to explode. Mahomes is a generational talent. He is amazing. Kelsey is amazing. Kelsey is arguably the best tight end in the game.
Yeah. He's top 2.
But here's the thing. When Brady needed his receivers the most, Julian Edelman, 2 catches on the clutch moments. 2 catches on the OT drive. Gronk had a huge catch in the third quarter. But people don't think about this. Julian Edelman, he has the second most postseason catches of all time.
You're joking. Really?
I'm not joking.
That's
the
insane.
only person who has more postseason catches than Julian Edelman is Jerry Rice, who is the greatest receiver of all time.
Who has all the records.
Jerry Rice is the only player. So if people talk about Wes Welker being a great player, Wes Welker going to the Hall of Fame, all of that, Julian Edelman has delivered 2 Super Bowls for the Patriots. He's putting the team on his back in the playoffs. He is one of the greatest slot receivers, if not general receivers, this league has ever seen. This guy was a quarterback at Kent when he was drafted.
That's true,
and he has the second most postseason catches of all time. That doesn't make sense. This doesn't happen. 8 AFC championships in a row. This doesn't happen. We are watching the greatest football dynasty of all time. Tom Brady has more Super Bowl starts. Tom Brady has more Super Bowl starts than the entire Rams team put together. Just think him alone. And you know how many players on the Patriots are about to be going to their 3rd Super Bowl? A lot.
Yeah.
A lot of players are about to be going to their 3rd Super Bowl for the Patriots.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're going to win this game. I'm not saying anything can happen. They lost to Nick Foles and the Eagles last year.
Even with 500 yards, he had a Cinderella performance. It was
Nick Foles.
I give him credit for the Saints game too.
The only quarterbacks to have beaten Tom Brady in a Super Bowl are Nick Foles and Eli Manning. Both of which are not talked about as being great quarterbacks, but they go on these runs that are unstoppable. Jared Goff is a good quarterback who's going to get better. He is not on one of those runs right now.
Yeah, he hasn't been.
I got to go into this game believing that Bill Belichick is going to do it the same thing he's been doing for so long now. And Sean McVay this is his first challenge. And hey, if Sean McVay doesn't win, Jared Goff doesn't win, they're going to keep coming back. They're 23. They're coming back. They will win at some point.
Youngest coach
Brady, Belichick, yes, it has to end at some point. He says he wants to play till 45. I don't know if he's going to play till 45.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But right now, I think win or lose, he's coming back next year. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. 6, 7. Until he stops playing, he is gonna try and win every single Super Bowl he can win.
Yeah.
And he asked, your stats were down this year. This is the lowest amount of touchdowns you've thrown since 2011, was it? And he said, yeah, I like winning though.
Yeah.
His winnings percentage, he went 11-5. This was the worst record they had since 2011.
You're good when 11-5 is bad. So
I don't know. You want to say who do I not thank for this, or who do I credit this win to? Every single media person that was telling Tom Brady he can't do it. Because you are the reason he went out there and put up 37 points at Arrowhead. This guy is crazy. He is not the greatest because of his speed, his agility, or his arm. He's the greatest because his mindset is insane. He has the mindset of LeBron. He's got the mindset of Jordan. Excuse my language. It drives me crazy, man. I don't know how he does it. Bill Belichick, they embrace each other after the game. I love you, man. I love you, man. They might have had problems last year. Garoppolo might have, driven an edge in there. Maybe. Yeah. But you know what? They're still here. They're still in the Super Bowl. Another time. 9 Super Bowls
That's
in
ridiculous.
18 seasons for Tom Brady.
It's more than like what,
People
like half
don't-
the NFL. Like
To put it in perspective, Teddy Bradshaw and Joe Montana combined for 8 Super Bowls
Damn.
together. And people consider those the 2 best quarterbacks of all time before Tom Brady came around.
Yeah.
He's been to more Super Bowls than they have, than they
Number two
have
and
Super
number
Bowls
three, yeah.
combined. And I know, he's lost 3 of them.
Yeah.
But I'll take 5-3. I'll take 5-4 any day over 4-0.
Look,
Any
Exactly.
day.
Exactly.
This is
Thank you
crazy,
for that.
man.
All right, so look, when I was watching this game, I was like, I saw Patrick Mahomes, I saw a young player on the rise. I saw an MVP candidate this year. But then, like you said, I saw Tom Brady, who's been in 9 Super Bowls, and it's remarkable. And, Mahomes got off to his little slow start. Both of these teams, at the end it was an offensive shootout. The teams combined for 30 points, Kansas City had 14, New England ultimately had 16-1. But it was insane, and I credit a lot, you said the media, I like to credit the Patriots O-line, because you look at Mahomes,
They've done
he
amazing.
was
They've
close.
done amazing.
Yeah.
They've done
Mahomes was
amazing.
getting, he had to pass really quick each play. Belichick was taking away Tyreek Hill because he wasn't having enough time to pass to Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, but that's McDaniel's play calling for the Patriots. They know what Brady's assets are. They know what the receivers are, and they're playing smart, fast football. They're getting the balls to James White. Sony Michel ran for over 100 yards as a rookie running back.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Where does he come from?
How
did he get it? And Rex Burkhead did nothing all season, and in the AFC Championships, 2 touchdowns with the game-winning one. Belichick knows how to get these players who do nothing all season, and he motivates them at the right time. They're the system that everybody wants to play for.
I agree.
At the end of the game, no, they're not going crazy because they're not done yet. They have one more game. They're not finished. Sean Payton, I think he's a great motivator. He walked into the Saints room with guards and cash, and he said, you want it? Go win
get it.
Have you seen Drew Brees
Fine.
too?
You know what Bill Belichick said? Do your job.
Yeah,
Do your job.
yeah.
I know what I'm doing.
Saints
Listen
got
to me, and we're going to win this game.
Yeah.
And, all right, I mean, Tom Brady, the Patriots themselves were 3 for 3 on 3rd down in overtime.
That's
all right,
crazy.
listen. They were all 3rd and 10. All 3 of them were 3rd and 10. 2 of them went to Edelman. 1 of them went to Gronk. You're right. I think Mahomes was incredible the whole season. He had an incredible game. He really showed that kind of courage.
That last play.
He even had clutch. He even had the clutch gene. He tied that game up. How'd they get those 3 points when the Patriots were up at the end?
I didn't think so. I think it was over.
Listen. That game, if he got it in overtime, they probably would have scored a touchdown and won. Let's be real. But at the end of the game, the Patriots got that ball, and they did not let Mahomes get the ball back.
Listen,
that's what Brady knew. If he let him get the ball back, it's over.
Same thing with the Falcons in the Super Bowl.
But let's be real. Mahomes led 2 touchdown drives in the 4th and that saving field goal.
No,
Brady
he did not mess up at
ran
all.
3 consecutive touchdowns to end that game. Those were 2 incredible quarterbacks battling it out.
Quarter,
it was a
2
shootout.
Minutes left. You trust Brady.
But the reason that all happened was because the Patriots' defense and their game plan in the first half put
Really
them at an
set-
advantage.
yeah, that's
that
true.
set the tone. Otherwise, the Chiefs would have won the game.
Yeah.
If the Patriots didn't have that advantage for the Chiefs to come back on,
Yeah.
they win
Rob,
the game.
Yeah.
I think if the Chiefs were versing anyone besides the Patriots,
I
he
agree.
has that clutch gene. He
I
would have won.
agree.
Even the
Yeah.
Saints, he had
I
that
agree.
I
clutch
actually can see
gene.
the Chiefs.
And hey, Mahomes, in the future, you have time. Good luck.
That's why Brady
But-
gave him a call.
Second season.
I don't know.
he's
Yeah,
fine.
Brady went in after and he
Yeah.
talked to him. I think that's a great thing.
That was cool. That was really cool.
I don't know if you've seen Tom Brady's Instagram. He's just a selfie of him smiling, nodding with
Really?
Gronk, going,
Well,
Told
just
you
what you
that,
wanted.
but it's
I mean, hey, it's amazing what
It's
they're
like you
doing.
said though, like the
It's-
last play, like you thought it was over with Brady's touchdown, and literally Mahomes marched the entire field for a field goal. Like
it's never over with him.
that was really, and again, like another X factor for the Chiefs. I was looking at Sammy Watkins, because Belichick takes away your best asset.
Right, he took away Hill. Easily.
but
He did a great job. 1 catch for
Watkins-
42 yards.
Yeah.
Watkins went for 114 yards.
He stepped up.
great.
He did
He's
his
a good
part. He did his part. I feel like the offense did his part.
He's inconsistent, but he's
I'm
really
looking,
good.
did.
I'm looking at the Chiefs, and the reason they lost, in my opinion, obviously Brady's greatness, but where is their defense?
Yeah, okay.
Like,
I'm with you because
need
the one thing I would say,
defense.
there were questionable calls on both sides. That's 100% obvious. I think that roughing the passer on Tom Brady's helmet,
Yeah,
he hit
people
his face
are-
mask. People say
yeah.
he didn't touch him. He hit the face mask.
Yeah.
Do I think it was a roughing the passer? No. But
Yeah.
there were a lot of calls on the Chiefs that went unnoticed too.
Yeah.
I think that pick play in the 4th quarter to give them almost their guaranteed touchdown.
Yeah.
Can't allow that. That's
Yeah.
after that. That's a 3rd and 15 coming up.
Exactly.
Right. There were plays on both sides. I don't think the refs decided the Pats Chiefs game as people like to say it was. I do think
I
the
think they
Saints
just
and
kinda
the Rams had a bigger
yeah.
problem. But at the end of the game, I think it was a battle of quarterbacks, and the Patriots won the coin toss, and that's why they won the game.
See,
Yeah.
the coin, no, that's how you play football.
I'm not a personal fan of the NFL overtime rules. I think that both teams, you should go like
I agree with that.
the NCAA
I hate
has.
coin flip. Yeah.
I want to see both offenses for an entertainment perspective. I want to see, it's fun for us fans to watch. I want to see Mahomes go play in overtime.
Yeah.
I don't want to look at the land a coin toss. Obviously, it wasn't all luck, but Brady got a little lucky to admit with that coin toss. And also, it's good. It's fair for the players themselves.
Yeah.
I think it's fair
I
for
mean,
NFL players.
So it's tough to
Your
say that
offense
you
is
want the
go on.
NFL players to go with the NCAA overtime rules. I understand people want it. You want it for yeah, it'll be sick to watch them just go for it from the 30-yard line, 40-yard line. But I don't know, man. You're talking about these NFL professional players. There is a full 53-man roster full of defense and offense that have to step up and win a game for their team.
That's true.
And it's a flip of a coin. You don't know if the offense or defense is going to have to make that play. Malcolm Butler in the Super Bowl, no one thought he was going to make that interception on the goal line. If you're a defender, you shouldn't have to just say, "Oh, our offense will get a chance anyway." If you're a defender and you're on defense that first set of overtime, you're playing for your career right there.
That's easier said than done. That's easier said.
What are you talking about? The Rams picked the ball and won the game on a field goal. The Rams picked off the ball from Drew Brees, and hey, Tom Brady almost threw a pick in overtime that the flag came back to.
That was a
costly flag, but it was a mistake.
Can we talk about that for a second? Because that was costly. That player was offsides, had nothing to do with even the play, and then interception. The Chiefs got interception on, but that was a flag.
In the same sense,
the Chiefs would have won that game. The Chiefs would have won with the Rams.
Best thing to do is we take back Ballaholics segment, right?
Yeah.
Ball don't lie, right? Ball don't lie. Julian Edelman, that ball bounced and it didn't touch him, and the career. And we saw a lot of different cameras. It didn't look like it touched him. I don't think it touched him. I think a lot of people I've talked to don't think it touched him. The angles were pretty good, but right after that play, 2 plays later, off Edelman's hands, a pick for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right.
Ball don't lie. That ball was intercepted on the Gronk pick. The flag comes in, and the Patriots go and win the game. Ball don't lie.
Oh yeah, I saw another ball. No, I think it was the
Chiefs.
Ball don't lie. It was a ball don't lie because like you said, the interception with the. I forgot what the call was, but I remember the Chiefs got the ball back because Brady threw an interception. They got a turnover, and I was watching the game. I was like, ball don't lie. Like,
Ball don't lie.
That's always it works.
Ball don't lie, man. I mean, 37-31, that was a shootout for the ages.
Yeah.
But
that was an awesome game.
That was Mahomes' first ever time in an AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
It was his first time in the playoffs. You got to tip your hat.
Ridiculous.
Tom Brady, this was his 13th time in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
All right, the 9 Super Bowls, that's amazing. But 13 times in the game before the Super Bowl, 8 in a row.
That's nuts.
And 8 in a row.
That's like Mahomes did this 7 times in a row.
I don't know. It's incredible. It is. And the last time they lost in the playoffs was to a Mark Sanchez-led Jets. No, I'm sorry. That's not true. Before the AFC Championship game was to a Mark Sanchez.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah. The last time the Patriots lost in the AFC Championship was to a Mark Sanchez-led Jets and Rex Ryan of all people.
Yeah, Rex Ryan.
Throwing back names.
The biggest thing I will say is, I mean, I could talk forever about these Patriots. That game was incredible. I lost my mind. I lost my voice. That was a very exciting game.
It was a fun game.
Yeah, it was a fun game, and that's what I think. I think the Super Bowl is going to be a fun game too.
I think so.
The reason I say it, on top of that, the Patriots have won. Tom Brady, like we said, is about to be his 9th Super Bowl. His past 8, he has won 5 and he's lost 3. The 5 that he has won by, he's won by 3 points, 3 points, 3 points, 4 points, and 6 points.
Jeez.
That 6 points, the most he's won by, was actually that 28-3 Atlanta game because they won on an overtime.
Right.
So that was still a tied game.
Yeah.
He's lost by 3 points, 4 points, and 8 points. 8 points last year with the Eagles.
Okay.
Eagles was a tough one, but they were also at the end of the game going for it, and they gave him an extra field goal at the end. So that game was closer than 8 points too. This game is going to be close. It's not going to be a runaway. It's Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh. We talked about it. The Patriots O-line are improved from the season. Incredible. That defense, people don't talk about enough. Kyle Van Noy, untalked about middle linebacker for the Patriots, doing incredible things. The McCourty twins, Devin and his brother, for the first time making the playoffs. Very emotional story. First time twins have ever been in the Super Bowl. And then you add Stephen Gilmore, who's a top cornerback, man. You know what's going to be a good matchup? Stephen Gilmore, Brandon Cooks, an ex-Patriot player, right on the Rams, bro. He is going to be a absolute menace to guard, but Patriots are going to do what they do. They're going to take away the top receiver. So we have to see who's going to step up for the Rams that's not Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
Because that's what Patriots are going to do. They're going to take away Cooks.
Take away your best player.
They're going to take away your best player.
If Todd Gurley's playing, then you got to worry about that.
You're right. If the Rams run the ball the entire game, which I don't think they're going to do, the Patriots could be in trouble.
Yeah.
But the Patriots were stuffing the Chiefs' run like nothing.
That's true.
I know the Chiefs were struggling without Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
And he had his own problems, you know?
Yeah.
If he was just a little bit smarter with his life, he could have been going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But, you know, it is what it is. Things happen.
Best kicker on the Chiefs.
Honestly, I love talking about this more, but we got to move on to the next segment. But let's say before I do this, shout out to the Chiefs kicker, Butker. What's his name? Harrison Butker for that field goal in the 4th quarter.
Unbelievable.
Let's get on to the next segment.
My last thing I'm going to say, shout out Greg Zerlin. I think that 57-yarder to send the LA Rams to the playoffs.
I mean, shout out to good.
That was amazing. Greg Zerlin, you won for the weekend. That was a great kick. I got to give you credit for that. All right.
So let's talk about NBA. Let's get to NBA now. So we've been voting for All-Star selections. You know, we have some of our own All-Star selections. So I'm gonna actually get up. I'm gonna show you guys my All-Star selection. So I'll get up.
Okay.
Figure. Get up a little bit.
All right.
I don't really know if you can see from there. Cameraman, am I good?
I'll zoom in a little bit. Yeah, you're good.
All right, awesome. Actually, I'm gonna put it down. Okay.
I'll zoom in on the list here.
All right, so we're going from the Western Conference. We got Stephen Curry and James Harden as your guards. We got LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Nikola Jokic. Yes, not Anthony Davis is starting. Nikola Jokic, Denver Nuggets with the #1 seed. Anthony Davis with the 14th seed, I believe.
Denver Nuggets are not the #1 seed. They were number 2, and they lost last night.
Oh,
okay.
Warriors.
They were #1 seed, top 3 seed.
No, but hey, Nuggets are having an incredible season.
Awesome.
So Nuggets are having a great season. Except last night, I needed them +4 and they were +6, and I wasn't happy about that. But hey, well, it's okay.
Okay, let's get onto the bench. Okay, so we got Russell Westbrook. Look, I was rooting for Russell Westbrook, but after I saw Westbrook, I figured, I was like, I saw James Harden putting up consecutive 40-point performances, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I can't not allow James Harden to be an all-star. I mean, an all-star starter. He has to start.
Yes, he does. James Harden's the MVP right now.
Look, I can go with all these players. I'm just gonna start naming them: Paul George, Anthony Davis, Damian Lillard, Klay Thompson. Yes, Klay Thompson's in there. You see the? Okay, I'm gonna get to that later. Okay, I'm gonna say the list first. I'm gonna sit down, okay? Because I'm getting a little uncomfortable. Okay, Tobias Harris, DeMar DeRozan, Derrick Rose, and Jamal Murray. Okay, let's talk about that right now.
You put Jamal Murray in there.
He's a reserve. Jamal Murray, Derrick Rose, and Donovan Mitchell are all reserves.
Yo, do you think LeBron's going to play in this game? I feel as though it could be the year where LeBron's just like, I don't want it.
Why come back? Give more rest.
Yeah, you know? I feel like this is... I mean, come on. The guy showed up to a game with a glass of wine.
Yeah,
he doesn't care, man. LeBron... Bro, I respect LeBron, do what you do, man. You want to drink more wine, drink more wine.
He's been
I know when you get on the court, you're just going to body every single person there. So.
Come playoff time, we'll see what happens.
Come playoff time, he's a different type of... that's what I'm saying. It's in the DNA. It's in the mental DNA. And he's got it.
It's crazy. Like, I was watching the Christmas game with my friend from home, and he's like, yo, Sam, isn't it crazy that LeBron never gets injured? The next play...
You can't say that. You can't say that.
I'm like, Daniel,
that's like a Saints fan saying, hey, man, we're getting great calls this game.
I said, Daniel, please find some wood and knock on that shit, because but he didn't do it. He sat down, and the next play, LeBron James got
literally.
That's bad.
Crazy.
That's really bad.
Oh my god.
That's unfortunate.
Oh man.
But
yeah, it was
still won though.
But yeah, look, you know,
Donovan Mitchell not an all-star?
He's a reserve. In my opinion, because there's so many other players that I feel like deserve it. Like, let's just talk about Tobias Harris real quick.
No, you do have Donovan.
He's controversial. Okay. Tobias Harris is a controversial.
He's a good player though.
He is a good player.
I feel like Tobias Harris is so underrated. You look at where the Clippers are at right now and how they're doing. No one ever thought they would be in the playoffs right now, in the playoff race. I mean,
here's my thing with Tobias Harris. I think he's good. I think you're right. I think the Clippers are in it. But I think 2 players might deserve it more than him. I think Luka Doncic is having an incredible season.
No.
The Mavs are getting... Fine, you can disagree with me all you want. The second player, Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert is going to most likely win the 2nd year in a row defensive player of the season.
I actually have Rudy Gobert as well.
Listen, I think he needs to improve offensively, but he's been doing better. On defense, that guy is something else. Watching that game against the Nuggets last night, these players are driving and they're afraid to go up. He's just... Let me hear.
Okay. Rudy Gobert averages 6.1 screen assists per game, which leads to 14.1 points, which both lead the league. He is the stifle.
Well, the only tall guy who's better at assists is Jokic. Jokic is the best tall guy at assists. Just from screens.
Just from screens.
Please. My head's
That's
killing me.
basically 6 assists right there.
I was in such a good mood. You know, I was trying to my list.
Let me hear how wrong I am about Doncic. Let me hear it.
Luka Doncic. Look, he's rookie of the year. Fine. But this guy is getting overhyped right now.
No, he's not.
19 points.
It's for a reason.
I think CJ McCollum is averaging 22 points. Dallas Mavericks are they're not even in the playoffs. They're like the 13th. I believe they're the 13th seed right now.
They should be last.
They're lower than the Sacramento Kings.
Tobias Harris are good this year, man.
Tobias Harris.
Kings are good.
Tobias Harris, 21 points. 50% field goal percentage. This dude has been slept on for so long. I can't deal with that anymore.
He is slept on.
He needs to be an all-star. Luka Doncic. I can name 1,000,001 players who are averaging. You know, a lot.
Yeah, but sometimes it's not just about points. It's about situations. I want you to know something. Luka Doncic is younger than LeBron was when he entered the NBA. I want you to think about that.
That's
LeBron James was one of the last players to have gotten drafted straight out of high school. Since Luka Doncic is European, he wasn't drafted straight out of high school, but he is younger than LeBron was when LeBron started his career. That's got to be taken into account. What he's doing is incredible.
I'm not saying he's not a good player, and I'm not saying he's going to be a future All-Star.
All right, fine. I'll
this
take him
season,
off.
there are too many players that deserve it over him.
Yeah,
I'm cool with both. I'm cool with him not making it. He's a rookie.
But Tobias Harris is a good pick.
But listen, Tobias Harris is going to be an All-Star. Obviously, it's too late for him, but I think at some point in his career, JJ Redick should have been an All-Star.
Also,
I think JJ Redick, at some point, there should have been an All-Star voting for him. I think he's lost his chance. He was on that Clippers team he was on. Should have been better. It was a shame. But hey, I mean, he made a huge shot yesterday against the Spurs. 4-point shot. JJ Redick was crazy.
Yeah. No,
Craziest thing of last night, I gotta say, Jamison Crowder hit 2 4-point three-pointers in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
2. Like, that's crazy. And one of them was a corner 3 that he banked off the glass and was fouled. All right. He's not an all-star, but that was an all-star type play. All right.
Sure. And another player, I want to get your opinions, honestly, on this. I marked him as a reserve. I wasn't sure exactly where to put him. Derrick Rose.
I give it. Derrick Rose is having a season,
He's having a great season, but there's just people above him that just deserve it a little more, you know?
Listen, like as Rob said before, it's not all about stats. The reason why I was like about Luka was because the team's not winning. So it's about stats for me and the standings, I guess. But I feel like Derrick Rose's situation is very unique because he has a storyline. It doesn't show in the stats. And yes, he's averaging 19 points right now, 48% field goal percentage. Those are not bad. I'm not taking anything away from him. But this dude's went through so much. Going through the Knicks. He was youngest MVP. Tore his ACL, had a meniscus injury, and like. If you look at all the NBA players, you look at even like stars right now, and if they had to deal with the injuries that Derrick Rose had to deal with, they would not be averaging 19 points right now. Yeah. They would not have had a 50-point game, I believe, in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, they wouldn't be.
They would not, and because of that, and also because of the fans too, because the fans should have a little bit of a say. Derrick Rose, in my opinion, should be at least considered as a reserve and considered as a bench. I didn't know where to put him. I was a little conflicted. There were a lot of good players. DeMar DeRozan I put above him. Klay Thompson, you have to. 44 points again the other night when Durant and Steph Curry had.
Listen, man, the entire Warriors starting 5 are all stars.
Not Draymond Green. Not Draymond Green.
That's crazy because I think talent-wise, Klay is better than Draymond. I do agree, but I think for that team, Draymond is way more important.
I agree.
I think Draymond is so valuable to his team.
He's a glue player. He's a glue player, but he's not an all-star.
But he's the best glue player in the game.
Right.
So let's get to the East. Let's get to the Eastern Conference.
Before we do that real quick, the one thing I want to bring up, how funny is this concept, right? We're talking Derrick Rose. There was a point in 2014 where the Chicago Bulls were selling super hard to Carmelo Anthony to join a super team with Derrick Rose, Carmelo Anthony, and I believe the third player was Dwayne Wade? No. Who was the third?
It was Derrick Rose, Carmelo Anthony. I believe that's it.
No. There was a 3. There was a big. They had a huge. I'm looking this up right now. I want to know.
Because I'm curious.
What was? And now they waived him. I feel bad for Melo. I mean, maybe he's going to end up on the Lakers. But there was a time in 2014 when they were pitching a hard sell for this threesome of Derrick Rose, Carmelo Anthony, and I cannot remember who this third player is.
And at a certain point, they were both waived.
Okay. So
well, let's continue. I think that's just an incredible thing.
That was amazing. That's actually really cool.
It's
the Bulls traded for him and they waived him. Okay. So let's get my Eastern Conference stars.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
And I'm sorry, Sauls. I keep making you get up.
It's all good.
Who was it? 10-minute warning.
Okay. 10 minutes?
We got 10 minutes for you guys. We got this, okay? So, my Eastern Conference starters. Yes, Kyrie Irving is not in my All-Star starters, okay? I got Kemba Walker. I got Victor Oladipo. Kawhi Leonard, Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's having an MVP season, and Joel Embiid, okay?
Embiid's something else.
Yeah,
he's an animal.
Beast.
And then for my reserves, I have Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons, Blake Griffin, Nikola Vucevic, yes, he's an all-star, Kyle Lowry, Bradley Beal, D'Angelo Russell, Chris Middleton, Spencer Dinwiddie, and Pascal Siakam.
Siakam's having a great season. Siakam's having a great season.
I'm with you on that.
Let's talk about this Kyrie Irving, because I know you think he should be a starter.
I think he should be a starter.
Give me your case.
Boston, much better seed than the Hornets. The Hornets have just generally been mediocre. Kemba, I think he's doing great, 25 points per game. He had a monster start to the season, but he kind of cooled off since then. Listen, he is an amazing player, but I want to give it to Kyrie just because Kyrie's been he's been doing really good. He's been facilitating the ball, averaging a way more assists than he normally does.
Okay.
I think Kyrie deserves it just for the better team. And if you want to put the fans love Kyrie. They want to see the ball handling.
I understand the fans a little bit, but listen, you brought up stats, okay? Kyrie Irving's averaging 23 points and 5 assists right now.
Yeah.
Around there. Kemba Walker is averaging 25 points and 6 assists. So yes,
those are better numbers.
Better numbers. And also,
but context.
The Boston Celtics are the 5th seed. They're struggling a lot this season. Charlotte Hornets are the 7th seed. And if you look, the Boston Celtics were supposed to be like compared to Golden State. They were supposed to be a really talented team.
They were supposed to be number
and the
one.
Charlotte Hornets were not even supposed to be in the playoffs. I guarantee you, if you switched Kyrie Irving and you switched Kemba Walker, you switched their teams.
No.
I think
I
think the Boston might be a better team.
No, they wouldn't be better with Kemba, but they wouldn't be. I get your argument. But the Celtics are a very good team. The reason everyone was saying they were so good is competing with the Warriors because they overperformed in the playoffs last year.
Without Kyrie. Without Kyrie.
Exactly. Even that said, without Kyrie. So Kyrie comes back. But also, I don't think Kyrie's been 100% this season. He's been on and off. When he's playing, there was they beat the Raptors the other day, and Kawhi was playing, and he had an incredible fourth quarter.
Yeah.
He outdueled him. He made the shots he had to make. He played hard defense.
I think come playoff time, Kyrie will prove
I think Kemba's a great player. But I think there's a talent Kyrie has that it's just when he turns it on,
isolation.
When he turns it on, he's something special.
And it's easy to put up good stats on a bad team, you know.
But look, Kyrie.
I don't know if that's true.
I think it's true.
But look, Kyrie is an ISO player. Kyrie's really his handles are beautiful. So for the fans' sake, that's your argument. That's what you have. But I don't necessarily know if Kyrie Irving makes his team better. I'm arguing Kemba Walker makes his team better. You look at Kyrie Irving on the Cleveland Cavaliers, so we're going to throw it back a little bit, but before LeBron James even went to Cleveland, that team was not doing anything. And honestly, like, maybe Kyrie might be a different player. I'm questioning if Kyrie Irving can lead a team. That's my take. That's my hot take.
I mean, come on,
That's my hot take.
I think it's gonna
you can call it a hot take, but let's not forget LeBron. The Cavs, they came back 3-1. Who hit the winning shot in Game 7? Kyrie Irving. Who hit the winning three-pointer in Game 7?
He's a great sidekick.
Yeah.
That's not him being a sidekick, my
guy.
He
took over.
All right, well, okay. I will say LeBron was saying, but LeBron does that. In fourth quarter games with the Heat, with other things, he does that. He says, hey, who will have a better shot right here? Not me. Fine, I won't take it. If he has a better shot, then he'll take it.
That's hard
in that situation, Kyrie had the better shot that game. Give it to him. In that series, they were the first ever teammates to score 40 each in the NBA Finals. I think when they were down 3-1. Yeah, they were 40 each. I don't think Kyrie's a sidekick. I think Kyrie could have done better than the Celtics. I don't love the Celtics and Kyrie. I think the Celtics have a ton of young players they can do without Kyrie. But Kyrie is.
I want to throw back to the 2017 Finals where people think that he underperformed. He dropped 29 points a game on like 60% true shooting percentage.
This was when they lost, right?
4-1 when KD hit that shot.
Yeah, that's the thing. KD hit some huge shots in that game, and that was KD cementing his own finals legacy.
People said Kyrie didn't step up. Kyrie put up 29 points quietly. That's ridiculous. That's quiet for him.
That Cavs team was a little weak for some reason.
It was. Kevin Love kind of.
I want to ask you guys a quick question, okay? So I'm thinking about 5-star top tier players. I'm thinking like Giannis Antetokounmpo, Anthony Davis, maybe LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard. Would you put Kyrie Irving in that top tier category?
I put him right outside that.
The only reason Kyrie's not starting on my fantasy 5 because Curry's got that. Curry's my number 1. I'm not giving that
Curry
to
and Curry. That's pretty impressive.
I don't have Curry and Durant. I don't even have Curry and Durant. I think Curry. I don't care what you call Curry. If I have a dream team, that guy's playing my point guard. That guy can shoot like no other. Everyone said it about that. I don't have to say anything.
No, I agree. The gravity. It can't even be explained how good.
I mean, LeBron. You got to keep LeBron. I think he's up there every day. I think Steph Curry's my number 1.
Curry's also up there.
I put Kawhi at number 3. I think Kawhi is an incredible two-way player, probably the best in the league. It's really hard. Embiid or Joel at number 5. I don't know. Embiid or I'm sorry. Joel Embiid. I'm thinking Joel or Greek Freak. I'm thinking Greek Freak or Joel, and then honestly,
Joel Embiid and Giannis.
No. I'm saying one of them are my 5. I'm putting LeBron. Weird take. I'm putting LeBron at number 2. Or him and Kawhi can switch off, right? So you got Steph, you got LeBron, you got Kawhi, you got either Giannis. I don't know yet. It's my top 5. And then I say, it's a tough one for number 4. But I'm probably not going with Kyrie, so I'm probably going with, I don't know, Kevin Durant maybe? Maybe I am Kevin. No, probably James Harden.
Let's move back to the Eastern Reserve. So, let's talk about Nikola Vucevic, who I think he's not really talked about. He's having a great season. He's averaging 20 points, I believe, or somewhere over there. And I feel like no one's talking about him, and I really believe that he deserves to be an All-Star. I mean, the Magic are they're in playoff contention. I don't know if the Magic are actually in the playoffs right now, but I feel like they're in playoff contention, and I think Vucevic, should be an All-Star. I think he should be a bench player. That's my opinion. What do you guys think?
I agree with that, actually.
The Magic are tough, though, because they're in contention, but they're only in contention because they're in the East. They're about 21 and 26, I think. They're not. I'll check their record right now, but it's nothing. It's nothing incredible. And you're right. It's a tough team. They're in a hard situation. Aaron Gordon is a great player on that team, but they're not. the Magic are lacking something special right now. I always love seeing Jeff Van Gundy comment on ESPN basketball. I love it. Him and Paul Pierce are great commentators. Keep doing what you guys do.
Oh, 2028.
One guy I want to shout out, Tony Romo. We stopped talking about football, but hey,
yeah,
he finally won an important playoff game in January. So congratulations, Tony Romo. I think you're awesome. Please keep commentating. I hope you're at the Super Bowl.
His knowledge of the game was insane.
Oh, he was calling plays before they happened.
Right before it happened.
Very impressive.
Insane.
Very impressive.
Obviously, I feel like Blake Griffin's also having a great season this year.
The Pistons are so on and off, man. They're a tough team. I think they should be better than they are.
Did you see what happened last game when they were doing the post-game interview and Reggie Jackson's like making funny noises, and then Blake Griffin's tight because he's like, we just barely won. Like he was upset. They almost blew a lead.
It's great.
The chemistry's off.
It's honestly gonna be really interesting to see like which players are actually all-stars, which the fan vote.
Do you have Blake on your Eastern?
Yeah, but it's, the fan vote's gonna be crazy, and then like the players get to vote now. It's differently. It's gonna be interesting to see.
D'Angelo Russell, that's interesting. I do think I do think a Nets player deserves it. The Nets are good this year. Okay. They're a sneaky little 6 seed right now, I think.
Yeah,
they are.
Ben Simmons on your bench is not bad. I think Ben Simmons could warrant a starting position, if we're being honest. Even over maybe Kemba.
Yeah.
You can put Kemba and Kyrie on the bench for Ben Simmons. I think Ben Simmons is a great player. I think people overlook him because he doesn't excel, but he's good at all aspects.
All right, So that's all we got for today. That's our NBA segment. So thanks for watching. We should see you guys a couple days from now. We'll get NBA segment going. So
have
a good one.
Thanks so much.